Building an online business usually starts with looking for the easiest way to launch your community. Zero upfront cost feels like an open door. You sign up, set up a storefront, and start selling. US-based platforms like Whop, Gumroad, and Patreon lean heavily into this exact pitch. This chart compares that advertised zero-cost promise with the actual reality for Indian creators. While the upfront price is zero, the back-end process lacks basic UPI support, misses direct INR payouts, and bleeds 8 to 14% of your money across borders. Look closer at Whop's pricing. When an international buyer pays you $100, Whop quietly takes up to 8.2% in platform cuts, processing fees, and currency conversion before a single rupee even moves toward your Indian bank account. Picking a platform based on its lack of a monthly subscription hides the real math. Those back-end transaction fees eat directly into your profit margins on every single sale. The reason for this margin loss is the underlying US-centric payment rails these platforms rely on, specifically Stripe and PayPal, trying to force their way into the Indian financial system. This creates the Stripe wall. Your domestic Indian buyer gets all the way to checkout, only to derail because native UPI and RuPay aren't supported. Forcing an Indian audience to dig out a credit card, enter the numbers, and wait for an OTP leads directly to abandoned carts. You lose domestic revenue because the checkout process is hostile to local habits. On the global side, your international sales hit a different barrier. The money gets stuck in a USD account, triggering currency conversion fees and a series of withdrawal hurdles to get it back to India. Growth for an Indian online business depends on solving two specific friction points: native UPI for local buyers, and a direct pipeline that converts international currencies to INR. The software stack that works for a creator in Texas creates a logistical nightmare for a business in Mumbai. This quadrant chart maps platforms by cost and payment friction. Whop sets the baseline in the high friction zone, taking a combined 8.2% fee for platform, Stripe, card, and currency costs. Storefronts like Gumroad and Patreon hit the highest cost and friction. These platforms offer instant global recognition, but Indian businesses sacrifice up to 13.8% of their margin. On top of that, you still face PayPal withdrawal penalties and a lack of UPI support. The convenience of setting up a globally recognized storefront acts as a very heavy tax on your gross revenue. Premium platforms like Skool and Kajabi charge flat monthly fees for advanced features, but still trap Indian users behind the Stripe wall without UPI access. TagMango takes the opposite approach as a domestic solution built specifically for the Indian market. It solves the UPI and direct INR KNOW problem, but carries a flat 10% commission and offers no capability for international payments. Creators have faced a choice between paying premium Western prices for a broken local checkout experience or paying high domestic commissions while completely losing access to a global audience. Playto was built to completely dismantle this trade-off for the Indian creator economy. The financial mechanics are entirely different: a 4% flat card fee, or 1% via bank transfer, with absolutely zero monthly subscription costs. The infrastructure includes native UPI integration for domestic sales and direct INR payouts to your local bank account for global buyers, without relying on Stripe. The main trade-off is that Playto does not offer the built-in US marketplace found on Whop. You have to drive your own traffic, though it includes a built-in AutoDM tool to automate Instagram funnels. Playto ultimately shifts the core focus away from simple community features, prioritizing the essential underlying cross-border payment rails. This decision tree flowchart breaks down the best platform choice. Your option depends on where your audience lives and how they prefer to pay. Skool is a strong choice if you make over 4 lakhs a month, and your audience is strictly based in the US or UK, making UPI irrelevant to your business. Gumroad works if you are selling a cheap, one-off file, where easy setup matters more than losing 14% of the sale. Playto aligns best with creators whose audience relies on UPI, or those who prioritize direct INR settlement for their global sales, over a built-in US marketplace. This path also integrates DM automation directly, which is useful for Instagram native marketers who want to avoid separate third-party subscriptions. Aligning your audience geography with your platform's financial infrastructure is the most significant technical decision your online business will make. Falling for $0 a month marketing from platforms not designed for the Indian financial ecosystem can quietly drain your revenue. Before you commit, calculate your effective per-sale cost and audit your domestic checkout experience yourself. Protecting your profit margins and removing buyer friction take priority over a platform's brand name or its popularity in the United States. Prioritize the path that settles your earnings directly into your bank account over the aesthetic of where the community lives.